guys, welcome back to another episode of the Random Retro Podcast. This is episode 6. You've got the usual suspects here today, hosted by myself, Tony Wisbit. We've got Holly here from Holes Games. Nice hat, James. A good bit of promotion there. I like it. We've got the James Master there. We've got Roy, the trading card guy. And we've got a special guest today. We've got Mick LeBear from Mick LeBear Games.
Woohoo!
Let's put a little montage on for Mick.
Is this? Have you got? We get mic'd up, right? How are you? Have we started or? Yeah, we started. Do you want me to do like introduction or? Okay.
Mick LeBear Games.
So, without further ado, let's welcome to the Random Retro Podcast, Mick, aka Mick LeBear Games. Now, Mick hasn't been doing the gaming content for too long, but we've all noticed him. He stands out not just for his great personality, engaging topics, but for me, his original comedy content and also his high production values. For me, I think Mick's going to go far, despite his obvious love of the N64. Now, I can't wait to get him on the podcast today. I already know that his topic of choice is a really good one, and I'm sure he's going to contribute to the podcast in a fantastic way. So please, let's all welcome Mick. I hope you enjoy what he offers, and please take the time to consider subscribing to his channel.
This is Mick LeBear Games, and if you don't hit subscribe, I'm gonna tickle your ass.
Mick, seen a little bit about yourself there. Tell us quickly before we move into discussing with each other, a little bit about your channel, inspirations, and what you aim to achieve with it. What's the reason behind your channel?
Start from the top, right? So yeah, inspiration for the channel was more so becoming a collector, which sort of happened by accident. I ended up with a shed load of games from nowhere. At least that's what I tell the wife anyway, that it just appeared.
It was only £1.50.
Yeah, so I ended up with the collection, and then I tried my hand at YouTube before, like maybe 10 years ago, to little to no success. And obviously Callum, Retro Ghetto, big inspiration. I think he is for a lot of us. Yep. And it just gave me the impetus to sort of have a go, see what I could do. And yeah, so far it's been going all right. It's a passion project. I'm not anticipating any sort of success with it, but I enjoy making it, and I love my games, and I really enjoy video creating as well. It's a bit of a hobby of mine. If it wasn't games, it'd be something else. But yeah, just happy to tie the two things together.
You're doing it for the right reason in that sense. It's like, if you're enjoying it, that's what it's all about. You've got to enjoy what you're doing. Otherwise, if you're aiming for something and making stuff that you don't enjoy, it's going to show on camera. I think we all know we've watched some YouTubers where you just think, they're just not enjoying this, or they're doing it for the reasons that are opposite to what you've just stated there. And I think everyone here will agree with me. It was touched upon briefly when we've all been chatting, is that some of the videos that you've done in the short time that you've been doing Mick LeBear Games, the originality, the humor's great, and the polish compared to a lot of other YouTubers out there. And that's not putting other YouTubers down. It's just that you're actually making a lot more effort than, say, what I do, for example. We discussed this briefly earlier. In terms of my content, the effort that you make is like far exceeds what I do in terms of that. And I look at it in awe sometimes. So it's really great to have you on. I hope that some people out there that are watching today will jump on over, have a look at Mick's channel. There will be a link to his channel and all the great content that he's provided so far in the video description below. So what we do before we go into today's topics, we'll just spend a minute or two just quickly discussing what game we're playing at the moment, or what game we've just kind of finished at the moment. And I'm going to start with Roy. We'll work down and up. It's like catchphrase. We'll go up like that.
My third game of the year was on the Switch. It was Air Twister. Finished it last night. Fun, yeah. I got some thoughts about that. Fun game indeed. Finished that last week. Finished that a few days ago. All good. Yep.
Go on, what's your thoughts? Give us a couple
It
of
was.
thoughts anyway, obviously
Oh
not an
yeah.
in-depth,
So we
not,
need to
not
talk
an
about
in-depth
things.
computer and video games type review, but, a few
Yeah, it
games,
was really good.
few
No.
thoughts.
I thought it looked like a Sega Saturn game. The soundtrack on it was like totally whack. Like I've never heard anything like it in a video game, and it actually put me off of playing it or wanting to finish it because it was a mixture of like Queen versus like
Yes, it
J-pop,
is.
and it was my daughter was playing it with me. She's like, "Dad, this game is shit," and I was like, "Yeah," and she's 6, and she's like, "I can't watch you play this," and I'm like,
It's
"I'm having trouble playing it."
very much a Space Harrier type rip-off, isn't it?
Well, it's the same guy, isn't it? It's Yu Suzuki who did Space
Yeah.
Harrier, Outrun, Shenmue, Virtual Fighter, and that's why I initially picked it up about 8 months ago. And I missed getting Resident Evil 9 because I was away working that weekend. I missed Pokopia this weekend for the same reasons, and they're both like sold out everywhere. So I wanted a nice quick game just to fill the void.
Yeah.
Why I picked these games up, and that was on the shelf, and I grabbed it, and yeah, third game of the year.
For me, I think it's solid. It's only like a £10 game or something, and for that
Yeah,
price, it's not a bad addition to anyone's collection.
no,
James, Mr. Master, sorry, Roy. We've got to
no,
get
I was
into
going
the
to say.
questions and that. Go on.
Yeah. I was going to say, yeah, it cost me £10 like 8 months ago,
Yeah,
and it's still £8 now, and there's only 2 or 3 left in CEX, so I think it might be
yeah.
something that goes up based on the history.
Possibly. It did come out via one of those sort of like strictly limited games or something like that
Yeah.
originally. So probably not too many copies about. James Master, with your dashing baseball cap.
Yes. All
What
available
have you
on
been
the shop.
playing recently? Available now at the Whizbits Random Gaming Store.
You can look as stylish as me.
I don't think anyone's going to pull it off just like you, James, but
No.
you can try for the cheap, cheap price.
Um, I made the video obviously recently, but the last game I actually played was Michigan. I want to talk about that. Michigan
Oh,
now.
yes. I'll leave a link to your
Oh,
video.
yeah, no, it's the worst game I've ever played in my life. Literally the worst. There's,
That's really
I
bad. The worst game
that's
in your life.
yeah. I did loads on the video. I spent about 20 hours doing editing. Then I played the game. Then I realised when I copy the game across, I missed about a fifth of the screen off, so it looked terrible.
So for
And
anyone, just
literally,
to let them know, what's the full title of the game, James?
Michigan Report from Hell.
And it currently goes for, on the PlayStation 2, what's the price tag?
I sold it yesterday for £1,000.
Lovely stuff.
I
It is
sold it.
notoriously bad. I've never
Yeah,
actually played it. I've
it's
never
got
even been brave enough to
it's
emulate it.
the worst story you could ever know, the worst voice acting you could ever know, the worst controls you could ever know. The whole thing's just garbage. It's got if it was really done, it could be done really well, like awesome. It's got the potential to be a really good game, but I don't know who, but they rushed that out.
So
It's
just for clarification, James has done a video, and I'll leave the link to this, where he plays the top 4 most expensive games currently. Is that with the CEX database, yeah?
yeah, on the
And he's
PS2.
done a video about that and rates them. So it's a really good video, guys. I urge you to check that one out. Again, I'll leave a link to that video in the video description below. It's really doing well. Positive reviews on the video, and I urge you, check it out just to make James feel worthwhile for the 20 hours he sunk into that shit.
Yeah, literally. I literally almost when it didn't record properly, I almost quit the video. I literally about to bin it. I couldn't sit there for another 2.5 hours of playing it. The same
Mick, what have
crap
we been
again.
playing recently? You've said you're playing a terrible game.
Yeah, so at the moment I've been playing Past Cure on the PlayStation 4.
I've never even seen that.
No, I think it's about £8, something like that at CEX. So it's one of them in the local, a reasonable price. I just picked it up, didn't know much about it, but it's kind of trying to be a bit like Control and Alan Wake. You can see it's sort of inspired by them, with a bit of sort of Silent Hill mixed in there. But the thing is,
Okay.
it doesn't do any of those things well. It's so bad. There's some puzzles in it that the solutions just don't even make sense at all. It's frustrating, but for some reason I can't put it down. It's just I've got
You
to
want to
complete
see
it
it
now.
through to the end.
Yeah, that's it. Like, but yeah,
That's the
that's it
sadist
really.
in you, isn't it, Mick? That's the
I think
sadist
we
in
all
you
do
there.
it. I mean, I'm not afraid of playing a bad game. I'm not one of these that believes like you should only play good games, because for me, it's all about the experience, and sometimes it doesn't always have to be positive, because
No.
after I've played this, I'll go and play a 10 out of 10 game, and it'll be even better again. It'll elevate that even further. So yeah, that's the way I look at it.
What's your
Good way of
favourite game,
thinking it.
Nick?
Sorry,
What's your favourite game?
favorite
Right, that's a
game.
separate topic.
Honestly,
Curious.
I'm gonna sit on the
Joking,
fence
joking.
massively and just say variety is a spice of life. Like, I wouldn't tie myself down to like just one game, because there's so many great games I haven't played yet, and that's just all part of the fun of it for me.
Oh, he's
That was
political.
Oh, he's like
Political.
a politician, isn't he? Oh, he can answer
splinters
a
in his arse
question, but
there.
not answer the question.
Hey,
Get him on the Conservative Party, everyone.
well,
Right,
wait till we
no
get to the
politics on
questions
you,
after.
you.
There'll be some opinions there.
Holly, what have you been playing before you ruin your career?
What career? Anyway, I've just started playing Resi 9, but I can't give you an opinion because I'm literally like 5 minutes into it. Because as soon as I put it on, the other half called and was like, "Your tea's ready," so I had to abandon ship. Because I had it a
You
week
got
later
it
than
on
everyone else.
you got
I
it
got it
on
on
a
Yeah,
you got it on
yeah.
a key card.
You know what? The quality hasn't, from the 5 minutes that I've played, hasn't been that bad so far.
No, it's not. There's a video
It
on
seems
Digital
perfectly fine
Foundry
to
which
me.
shows it's really good. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
does it stack up to the PS5 one? It's not as good,
No,
obviously, but
no.
it's a massive improvement compared to where that kind of AAA game was on Nintendo-based consoles a long
Yeah,
time ago, or even a year ago. So
yeah.
I've got Resi 9. I just haven't had a chance like you to play it. I won it in a competition on Discord.
Oh,
James has
you
got
did,
it as
yeah. That
well.
was jam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
Do you
Got quite
do
lucky
you
there.
feel a bit like Resi's going down the same sort of path as the sort of originals, making the mistakes? Like, I felt Village was very much like Resi 4, and when we went to 5 and 6, it sort of tailed off a bit. Do you think they're sort of doing the same thing again?
It's hard to say. I mean, I'm still haven't finished 7, Mick. I've got about 3/4 of
Well,
the
that's
way
where it
through,
really,
which
I
pardon the
think it
pun,
should have
that's where it
stopped at
came to life
7.
again, wasn't
I think
yeah,
it should have
it
just
did.
stopped at 7.
It injected
But
a
I
lot of
haven't played
life.
9 yet, so I can't really say. But I
9
do
is
think it
supposed to be very,
should have.
very, very good.
I
It's
do
meant
think
to
it
be
probably
Everyone's
should have
saying it.
stopped
I've
at
not seen
7.
many negative comments
Yeah.
about it, so I'm looking forward to jumping into it. But I kind of want to finish 7 and 8 before I jump into it. I'm in no major rush. The backlog's real. We all know that. So there's no rush. We'll get round to it. Me, the last game I played, I've been playing Puzzle Bobble a lot.
Oh, love
It
that.
got it got re-released on the Evercade a couple of weeks ago on the latest Taito collection, and I haven't been able to put it down. The family haven't been able to put it down either. My middle son, he's been playing it. The other half's been playing it, and I completed it on Saturday night. 30 levels, and my God, was I angry by the time I got to level 30. But I wasn't going to bed without finishing it, and it's inspired me to go and get a couple of other similar games. Which one I'm going to be popping out tomorrow, which you'll see on a future episode of Wisbit's Random Gaming. And I've been playing the Bust a Move games on the PS1 as well. Cheap as chips, about £5 a game, and I just can't put them down. I don't like puzzle games generally, but when it comes to that sort of thing, don't know, those ones really grab me.
Have you
Anyway,
got
that's what
that
we've all been
Evercade
playing
sponsorship
recently.
yet, Tony?
Sponsorship with Taito.
Yeah, with Evercade, like I've never seen anyone back it quite as much as you, to be honest.
There's a guy called Crazy Burger. He's just about got that, and he's been bigging them up about 100 times more than me, and he's only just about got that partnership deal. So I'm a long way off, in all honesty. There's a lot of criticisms I have, and it might prevent me from getting such a deal moving forward. I'm looking at some of the Atari cartridges. But there you go. Right, let's get into the questions anyway. We'll start with you first, Mick, as you are the guest today. We've all got our own topic, and what we'll do, we'll go around and we'll all answer it. Mick, you sent me your topic earlier. Straight away, I thought it was a great one. So I'm looking forward to hear everyone's answers. Go ahead.
Yep, so my subject was basically a Room 101. So one thing that you could delete from history or present day from video games or video game collecting.
Me and James are going to have similar views on this.
Yeah.
I think I might shock you. Actually, maybe not, actually.
Go on,
I was
James.
going
Let's
to go
start with
down.
you. I want to see now if you've
Yeah,
diverted from.
I was going to go down your route. Well, I don't even know what you've written, but I know I would have gone down your route. But I changed mine.
Go
I
on.
was trying a bit more PR. But I've gone down the route of
You
I
say that
would.
I've become PR recently.
Yeah, I haven't used that meme much.
No, it's been my
No,
meme, my homemade meme has been limited. Anyway, go
Charles,
on.
sorry. I would cancel the culture free games, all of it. All the monetization. You know, when you get,
DLC.
yeah,
Say that again.
like
Yeah.
Valorant or Minecraft or Fortnite and Clan of Titans and stuff like that. It's just the monetization and just the predatory instincts it pushes on kids. Like Tony,
Yes. Yeah, I don't. I just.
how much of your money has gone that you don't know of on a game that you know nothing
You
about?
answered that question. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And they mask it behind stuff like V-Bucks. Like, I don't know what a V-Buck is. I
I do.
know it's currency in the game, but when she says, "Can I have 4,000 V-Bucks?" I don't know if it can cost me £5 or £50.
It doesn't cost you £5. I'll let you know that much, James. So be aware when you're
Oh,
spending
yeah, I know
4,000
that.
V
But yeah,
bucks.
it's just. I think it's it's pretty lame how they do it. They do it
It's
just to
it's
trick
awful.
kids. Yeah,
It's awful. But I think one of the questions. So I had two answers because I was quite convinced that someone was going to say DLC, which you have essentially. You've labeled it
yeah.
slightly different, but it's a whole DLC thing. Whether it's monetization of, skins that you can get in video games and levels, it's monetization and DLC. It's here to stay, unfortunately, because
Well,
due to it got a terrible reception back in the day, and but it weathered the storm, and unfortunately, it's become the norm now. It's not going anywhere. I don't partake very often in it myself on an individual basis, but
it's just
unfortunately,
crazy
it's
though.
not
Like,
going.
how is the player experience improved by buying things in the game?
It's not. It's kind of like when the mayor of London tells you that he's putting up the train prices and your train journey will be so much better.
Yeah,
Been getting trains for years. It's still shit,
but
regardless.
people say like when I talked about this, I spoke to someone and said it's like a big tech success.
Yeah,
That's
it
10 years.
is.
But that's like saying like the emails you get from the Prince of Nigeria. That's like saying that's a tech success.
You mean that guy's not legit?
Afraid not, Tony.
Oh,
You're
Jesus
not going to
Christ.
have
No
a
wonder
million
Femi
pounds.
hasn't got back to me. I've been waiting for Femi to get back to me for about 3 months now. I thought he was a
But
nice
yeah,
guy.
that's my gripe. If I could delete something, I would get rid of free games because it's
No, it's
literally they're just there to exploit people.
I think it's a great answer, James, and it probably would have been my main one. Mine, because you've said what I was originally thinking, is going to come to no surprise whatsoever, is
Yeah.
RPGs. And I'm not
In
going to say
particular,
JRPGs. I'm just going to say RPGs because they
That's
suck.
it. You've had so many people click off now. We've lost the views.
Hey, look, we've got variety here. Yeah. We've got N64 buyers, we've got Wii U buyers, we've got Pokemon guy at the bottom there. We have got variety. So even though what we hate a lot of what each other does, variety's there. I hate our RPGs. They bore the life out of me. I don't want to walk around with a scruffy neck little dude with blue hair and a crap sword and a cape with his little gang. Yeah.
are you talking about Zelda?
Zelda I can tolerate Zelda.
Get
There's a
involved.
lot of creativity and stuff like that. I'm not a fan. In no way, shape, or form am I a fan. Good soundtrack.
What, you don't like a little man walking around with his flute?
I've worked in security, James, and it's not something I like to see too often over the years. But yeah, RPGs, and do you know what? It's not just that I don't like them. In all seriousness, the reason I'd like something like that to probably go away, and I'd put it in my room at 101. I'm in the minority. I know this. They are hugely popular. They're up there probably with the top three sort of genres worldwide. You've got first person shooters, RPGs, those sort of games are the sellers. I get that. But if they eradicated RPGs, I might get people making more games that I like from a purely selfish point of view. Yeah, look, I don't like them. I make jokes about them all the time. I don't knock anyone for playing them. I totally understand the enjoyment they get out of it. I don't really. But
I was going to say you're lying there, mate.
no, look, everyone's different. I get it. I grew up in a different generation. I really did. And it was more a case of like, I come from an arcade generation. Seeing RPGs sort of went against everything that I kind of knew and was excited for when I was playing video games. And yeah, I just didn't ever quite grasp it. And every sort of storyline seems the same. Dramatic music, everyone maximizing their HP, stuff like that. So yeah, that's for me, RPGs, Room 101. Lock the door, don't ever let them out. Holly, Room 101.
I would say I don't know the correct like technical term for what it is I'm trying to describe, but for example, a game like Assassin's Creed, where you don't just level up normal, you have to like select which part of yourself that you want to level up, and then obviously by the end of the game you've got it all and all that crap. That is what I hate. Can't I just level up normal?
Skill
I
trees
want
on
to go
about.
from level
Yeah,
3
like
to level
a skill
4.
tree. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
that. I hate that.
Skill tree, that is it, Mick. Well done. I wouldn't have got
I
that.
couldn't think
I
of what
think
the
James
word
got
was
in there
called.
first.
Yeah.
Well
I
done,
just think
James.
it's just completely unnecessary. Just let me level up as normal and go about the game as I already was, without having to select if I want to make my HP better or my
Is that
sword better.
is that your is that the main game that you'd say that that's from Assassin's Creed that's really
No,
bad for that kind of thing?
Spider-Man as well. It's heavy on
Spider-Man, I've just
Spider-Man.
recently finished that. Yeah,
Yeah,
you have to you know, you have to really build your way up to that. Otherwise, some of the fights can be quite tough when you haven't got
yeah,
certain attributes. Most
yeah.
definitely.
When I think about it,
Yeah.
though, it's quite annoying because sometimes I'll forget that I've even got skill points to spend, so I end up
Yeah,
not
yeah.
leveling up when you really
Spider-Man is
need
a
to.
prime
Like,
example of that. I sat there dying on one boss. I think it was Scorpion and Rhino for about 45 minutes and then realized I've got like 8 skill points that I could be using. I'm like, I've got all these extra moves I could be using. And no, like a dumbass, I'm sitting there losing fight after fight. So that's a great point. It doesn't really advertise it in games as you're playing. It should flash up and say, you're crap, buy this. Well, for me anyway. Yeah, that's a fair point. I've not really played Assassin's Creed too much, so I can't really relate to that. I've played like one and a little bit of Assassin's Creed 2, and then I never really returned to the franchise, to be quite honest with you. Anyone else got to say anything on skill trees or skill whatever you want to call them? Roy, are you awake? Live?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Breathing?
just listening. Yeah, yeah. Do you know what? Like, you know, when you upgrade a part of your body and your body doesn't look any different, it's like it's an empty gesture. You know, when you upgrade your
Like me going
pickpocketing
to the gym.
skills, why in the game, like, why don't my hands glow a certain gold color now I've upgraded my pickpocketing skills or something? I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It's like you do it and it doesn't look
that's
like you've
something
done
from
it.
the Spider-Man game as well. I mean, the only thing like you build up your skill set and that, and you know, the only way you get something different is when you get the different suits. Otherwise, you don't really know
Yeah,
if you've got anything new.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Cool. Room at 101 for Roy.
I want to throw a bit different. I want to throw limited run games in Room 101. Crap company. They
Ooh.
take your money and they have it for like 8 months,
Ooh.
or they send you something that's just like broken or like took
Oh,
or
you bought the
tapped.
Sonic thing, didn't you?
So I actually got an email today, and it was like, oh, with because of the poor quality, I haven't got mine yet, but then like because of the poor quality, we're basically not going to send you yours yet, and we're going to make sure it's good quality. And now the updated delivery date is October 2026.
Oh
October.
God.
I ordered it like 3 years ago. Fuck, do you know what I mean? It's like a proper piss take.
Yeah, I've
But
not gone with their limited stuff in terms of their like big box games I have,
yeah,
but
but
not their
even with
big
the
box
games, you
stuff.
forget, like it comes like 8 months later and you forget you even bought it. Do you know what I mean? It's quite nice when something comes in the post, but like the hype has died down a little bit. Or
Yeah,
because other areas in the world have got the game before you, like America usually gets it before the UK, the game's spoilt. Do you know what I mean? And like it's I know it's easy to say like, oh, don't go on YouTube or whatever, but as soon as you go on YouTube, someone's playing the game because it's
Well,
content.
in limited runs defense, and I'm not going to sit and defend them too much. That they don't release PAL region stuff, so it goes out worldwide. Don't know. So if it's out with in America, you'll get it at the same time as them. So that's not something I can really bash them with. But in terms
I
of
got
like getting stuff out there, like you say, the
yeah,
collector's editions, it's not great.
I got my copy of Earthy on like a month before you got yours.
I still haven't got mine, Roy.
Oh, sure.
And
Really? 2 months, 2 months before you got yours.
after complaining about it for weeks and weeks and weeks, I did eventually find out that was down to me. I ordered two
Oh,
games at the same time, which meant that they're going to be sending that game when Scott Pilgrim DX releases, which is in a
all
week
right.
or two.
All
So
right,
yeah, that's
cool.
my fault, in all honesty.
Fair,
Well,
fair.
not
I
really.
would have been playing Earthian otherwise, but it is what it is. But I think, I don't know, I'll twist what you said there. And I don't think it's the company that should go, it's the practice.
Mm.
Because if limited run was to go, someone else would just take over and carry on with the same concept. It's the practice of what they do. They should be held accountable for their delays.
Mm.
There should be some form of compensation if there's multiple delays, if the quality isn't up to scratch. But there's currently nothing out there. There's no regulation. So that's why it's kind of like the Wild West in that sense. It's like it or lump it. Um, yeah, you do feel forced at times to buy from such companies. I mean, limited run, I haven't had a great deal of bad experience. The one I try to stay away from is strictly limited games.
Mm.
They're pretty bad. They were facing alleged financial hardship at one point, which they obviously wouldn't admit publicly, and obviously people weren't getting their games. Shout out to Dylan, Hyper Trigger X. He's been waiting for games since he left school, I think,
Which
from
froze.
strictly limited
Dylan has
games.
has frozen you from afar.
I'm there. Look,
Oh, okay,
I'm still
sorry.
waving. I'm not froze. Look, hey, it's good.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Anyway, that was a great topic. Love that, Mick. Thank you very much, James. What's your topic today?
My topic today is something of just general interest for me, which I thought would be cool to talk about. It's why don't UK content creators get the same hype or highs of US ones?
Yeah. It's definitely a valid point.
Yeah, because
Let's
when you look around,
start.
when we look around the UK, there's no massive channels. We got lots of we've got good channels, like you got a few, a few good ones, but then the rest is very mediocre, isn't it?
In terms of numbers,
No content.
oh, I don't know. It's a mixed bag, isn't it? I guess everyone's taste is different, but it's a good
Yeah,
topic.
I mean, it's I find it very. It's hard to say because even I do it now, but it's hard to say that it's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It just doesn't seem there's not a lot of scope going on around it.
Yeah.
Like you've got this type of video or this type of video, and that's kind of the given in the UK.
Let's start with Holly. What do you think? We'll get to you on. I know you've got your points on this, James, so we'll end with you on that one, so you can give a more detailed expansion on your view of it. What do you think, Holes?
I think it's just accessibility or availability of things that people are purchasing to make the content. So like there's so much shit in America that's like you can easily buy, like vintage
Yeah.
Nintendo stuff, for example, or store displays, XYZ that people make videos on, or people's entire collections where they go around to the house and film their entire collection. There's so much of that in the US, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of that here. So I think that's a major contributing factor, really, because it's not like I can just go on Facebook Marketplace or go on eBay or go somewhere to buy something that I really like something like vintage Nintendo, for example, like I already said, like a store display. I would have to get that shipped. here, and that would cost a fucking hell of a lot of money, wouldn't it? Whereas someone in America could literally just go on eBay now and order it for probably like half of the price of what I would have to pay for it, and then make a video about it. And people love that shit, don't they? Vintage Nintendo.
Yeah.
So look at Killer
Oh,
Car, for example.
especially
Look at the
especially
videos that he's
America.
making. Yeah, yeah, like
America
Killer
is
Car.
Nintendo crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
Nintendo's popular over here, but a lot of the YouTube generations over here in terms of video game, collectors and players and stuff like that. There's a big market here, although it is limited when it comes to sorts of people from my generation. A lot of us started out on 8-bit micros,
mm,
16-bit micros, and we went on from there. Nintendo wasn't our first love, of video games. America is totally different. No
yeah.
one's going to be really making too many videos on Atari, are they? So it's all Nintendo, Nintendo, Nintendo. And hence the popularity of it. It's a really good answer.
Or even like they call it swap meets. I think obviously we would just call it a car boot, but like
Yeah,
when they go and film like Pixel Game Squad and they'll go and film a swap meet and it's like getting shit ton of views and it's like well you think why is it getting that many views? But it's because of the things that are in the video that people want to
yeah.
see that you can't see over here.
And it's nosy culture as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
People are nosy. People want to see what people can potentially find. And, you reference Pixel Game Squad there. They've got great history of finding stuff. So people will go back to their channels, hence they get great views. Is it
Yeah.
manufactured? I would imagine so to a degree. Doesn't matter though, does it? It gets views and people go back. Roy, what's your opinion?
I think maybe the American ones do a bit better because it's a bigger country, bigger population. I think the
Yeah,
algorithm pushes that country to that viewers, so they'll get that. Um, but I don't want to sound horrible, but I think a lot of the UK content is quite similar at the moment, and I think the smaller channels are copying the bigger channels, so it just adds to this everything's the same mentality. Um, I've kind of stopped watching a lot of YouTube video game content because it's getting all similar. It's just getting very samey. I don't want to
yeah,
watch
yeah,
someone just shop, if that makes sense.
yeah,
Like, I've stopped watching like car boot shopping because it's like shopping in a CEX or shopping in another game shop or shopping at a car boot. Oh, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm quite privileged because like I've got a lot of games that other people consider heavy hitters because I've been collecting for like 20 odd, well, 30 odd years. So I think it's hard to come up with original content in this space. Right, that's a given. Do you know what I mean? So I
yeah,
don't want to hate on people for coming up with ideas that may seem original, but someone else has done it. It's a bit like South Park and Simpsons, right? Everyone's already done it. They've already done it. So yeah, it's a tough one. It is a really tough question, to be honest with you.
yeah. Definitely a different marketplace over here, and
Mm.
yeah, there are some very similar channels, and I guess it depends on what the people's behind the channel's aspirations are. Like for
Mm.
me, my aspirations are I just like doing what I'm doing, so
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not too worried if I'm breaking the mold. But I do appreciate the point of view where someone would say, like you just there, what you've said, like that sort of content isn't for me. I'm a little bit bored of it. I get that. And for someone that wants to break the mold and become a huge channel, people like what you've just said there, your views, they need to listen to that kind of thing because if they want to hold the audience for a long period of time, then I guess they kind of need to evolve and keep the content changing. Um,
Mm.
More opportunity to do so in America, I think, in terms of the content. Just due like to what Holly touched on, the sheer amount
Yeah.
of stuff
The
that's
opportunity.
available there. The country is just how many times bigger than the UK as well.
Mm.
You know, it is just ridiculous the amount of
About
stuff
five times
you can
bigger, isn't it?
travel all around the country and find just different things. Us guys in the UK we're a lot more limited in that sense. It's why you'll see a lot of us go to video game shops, whereas this channel's already been there. That channel's already been there. We haven't got the variety that America has, for example. Retro Rick, great channel. I watch him often, but he goes to shops that no one else has ever been because there's just so much variety there. You can go
Mm.
and travel to one shop one week that another content creator hasn't been, or any content creator has been yet, because there's just so much diversity over there. Um,
Mm.
I plan on coming to Vintage Gamer soon. to see James and Holes in the next month or two. But it's not like no one's ever done a video on Vintage Gamer. You know, it's one of those shops that most content creators have because we've just got quite limited stuff. Yeah, Mick.
Yeah, just echoing a lot of what's been said already, really. But I think I probably look at it from a different perspective because obviously I'm trying to do it myself. But I'd sort of look at it a bit like if I went to, I don't know, a painting class, we'd all be looking at the same subject, but we're creating different pieces of art. So that's the
Yeah,
way I'd sort of tackle it is that, yes, the actual content of these videos might be similar or the same, but it's how you present it. It's putting your personality into the videos. I think that's what will maybe carry somebody a bit further. And yeah, a lot of these American content creators are certainly bigger. But I think if you were to look at the percentage of them that are of that size for the size of the country, it probably isn't quite as popular as you'd imagine.
you're right.
I mean, I
Someone
look,
in America, if they've got like 25,000 subs,
That's
over here
nothing,
you'd be
yeah.
saying that's quite a big channel, but in America, that's probably considered a small creator.
yeah. But you look at sort of the big fish channels in this country, and you probably would expect them to have bigger subscribers, bigger views, and I don't know, I can't really explain that. But maybe, we know about the American content creators. Their stuff comes over here. I don't think you
Yeah,
could say the same for the UK creators over there. They wouldn't know anybody, I wouldn't have thought.
to a degree, absolutely true. And I mean, you know, we can go and do all these big extravagant videos. I don't do a great deal of that sort of stuff myself. I really enjoy it. There's some really good content creators out there that go out, buy, crazy rare stuff and all that. And I always love seeing it. Um, but has it been done in America already? Probably.
I
It
think
hasn't been done in
originality
the
is
UK.
an issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so
And I
hard to
think
be original with anything.
you hit the nail on the head there. I think it's definitely down to putting your personality across. I go around filming video game shelves and doing voiceovers and stuff like that. Love me, hate me, whatever. I try and put my point of view, my personality across for my videos. It's not for
Get
everyone.
my £1 a month
Um,
every month, mate.
Yeah, I
I
mate.
appreciate it. Goes a long way. Them trips to Asda's ain't cheap, every penny counts. Um, but yeah, it's definitely something like Mick said. We're all looking at the same thing to a degree. You've got to stamp your authority on that and see how it goes. There's been plenty of people that have tried that. I've spoke to many people, and all of a sudden, because they don't get the results that they want quickly, they bow out. They bow out the game, and it's just like, okay, fair enough. What did you expect out of it? What was your aspirations were crazy. YouTube ad revenue isn't great, So if you're expecting to make money off of YouTube, you're really in it for the wrong business in the English market, I would say anyway. The ad revenue
Well,
ain't
I
great.
think as well, if you're doing retro game collecting content as well, you're definitely
Your
going to spend
niche.
more than you make.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we all know I've got a CX hack that I won't mention on here. Because I'm sure there's some bots out there, but I do okay in that sense. Um, but yeah, you do. There's probably not many channels that turn a profit in terms of if they're buying big extravagant things, which just goes to show you the people that are doing that, they're in it for good reasons. They're buying stuff because they want to, not because it's like, if I buy this item, I'm going to get the views and get my money back. There's not many content creators out there that are thinking with that mindset. I wouldn't think. If they are, their bank balance ain't going to last very long. You know. So, James, let's finish with you on this one. Your
Yeah,
views.
I've got a bit of an interesting take because obviously I know you, Callum, and other people. So I know kind of I know how much you guys love what you do. My thing is with the UK one is that it seems like everyone's set a standard and everyone seems to follow it. I'm going to use Mick as an example in this. Mick did a video. I think it was his second or third video, and it was brilliant. It was so original, and it was great. Remember the
So,
football
what
one, Mick?
was his
Yeah.
fourth one? Shit, is that what you're saying?
No, no,
Yeah,
I'm just
I
saying his
fell
second
off, have I,
one.
James?
The second one was probably one of my favourite videos of last year out of everyone. But
Was that the football one?
yeah, I
Yeah,
love that.
episode
It's
2 coming
football
soon.
managing game. I love that game. That was a great video, Mick. But that's the originality I think we're missing in this country. I think
There's not
people are
many that
using.
hit that mark like Mick did in that video. You're right. A lot of people play it straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's playing it safe, not straight, safe.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then the only videos that tend to get loads of views are say if something negative happens to somebody.
Yeah,
I
Oh,
was just going to
massively.
say that there's so much negativity in the
so
UK
much. Yeah.
That's
gaming
worldwide though.
community or
That's a
whatever.
worldwide
Yeah,
thing.
that's well
You
Is
know,
wide.
it
Yeah,
there's a
worldwide? I
reason
don't know.
why.
I don't see people commenting on the American videos, just giving them fucking shit constantly, like you get over here. I don't
That's a
see that.
British mentality.
Yeah, I guess
like
that's
if
true.
Mick put a video out saying the caves burnt down, probably get like 30,000 views.
Well, I don't
Don't
know.
do it,
You know
Mick.
what? Someone like Metal Jesus, he's had some stick over the years, hasn't he, for going on holiday when he got a load of money and stuff like that. And again, I'm not getting to get into it. I'm sure he did use the money that was donated for whatever reason that he asked for it. But it just coincided with a holiday, and everyone put two and two together, come up with
Yeah.
five, and then he got an absolute loads of stick. There's a few channels that dedicate themselves to absolutely ripping off the American channels, you know. And I'm
Well,
not even going to
you
give
get it in
them the
this country as
names and the
well.
airtime.
Yeah, you get it in this
So,
country as well. A lot of channels ripping off other channels. Like,
oh
who are
yeah,
you
yeah,
watching
yeah,
that channel? Like, let's watch something else.
yeah.
You know,
I
they've got it
mean,
in them to make something else. Mix proved that.
yeah, definitely.
Once, only once, so James.
Once is
That
enough,
one
mate.
video.
You know,
That
now you
one
just got to
Plateaued
video.
show
after that one
James you're not
video.
a one-hit wonder, Mick.
Yeah.
I know,
You can
yeah.
do it. You
Hey,
know, you can
Yeah.
do it.
look at that grass cutting episode, man. That's
Yeah.
good as well.
Yeah, that was
No,
Well,
brilliant. That was a
you made
fantastic
that for me,
intro.
James. Yeah, the
Mick's very
cameo was
original.
brilliant.
That's why I like Mick's channel.
Don't say
It's
things like that, Mick. He will be expecting some sort of royalties when you become
Hey,
monetized. Yeah,
listen, I want to be in one
he's
of
got
his
to pay for
videos
my
next.
merchandise somehow. You know, once James gets the t-shirt on and everyone starts buying them, I'm putting the prices up. You know, James is a popular guy.
I'm
Um,
gonna get a Mick's t-shirt and a Holes Games necklace.
let's do it. And get a Roy the Trading Guy bun bag, or in
You can
Americans
buy
would
my
say fanny
book.
pack. Get a
I'll send
fanny
you a
pack.
copy of my book when it comes out.
I'm not
No,
buying
no,
your book.
you can keep it. You can keep it, Paul.
Don't do
Honestly.
books, yeah.
I'm giving you a signed one, Holes, just for you.
I
Zelda
need
is
some
shit.
coal. I need some coal for the fire. So it's okay. Send it my way.
Probably won't finish it in time.
Uh,
Can I
yeah,
just
it's a
say
nice
one last
plug
thing
for
as well?
Roy. Yeah,
I think it's all about like content is about what content people want to consume, right? And I think everyone gets in this hobby at different times. So people who've got in it like 3 years ago haven't watched kind of videos about PS2 games that come out in 2016 or 2018. So for
yeah.
them, when they see a game, they're like, oh my God, this is really cool. Other people already know about games like, I don't know, Blood Will Tell and games like that. Do you know what I mean? So they've already bought it. And yeah, again, back to the point, it's hard to be original. Do you know what I mean? It's hard. But when you
It
go
really
vintage
is.
gamer, why don't you, Holly and James, just do like a challenge where you have to buy games and talk about them? Because like one of the reasons I watch content is because I want to learn about games to buy games to play them.
Because
So
James has probably
ask
bought everything in there already. It's a contest just
maybe ask
between me and
Rich
Holly.
what his top 10 games are in the store, what people overlook.
Uh,
Do you know what I
we
mean?
are going to
There's
ask
definitely
Nick. I'm gonna sit down. When I get down there, I spoke to Nick briefly, Vintage
mm,
Gamer, and I'm gonna have a little chat with him on camera. Um, so it's not a done dusted deal, but yeah, moves are in the works. So I've got a couple of things I've got lined up. So I need to fit the Vintage Gamer one in there at some point. I've got Birmingham Market, London Market, and Black Country. So yeah, I'm gonna get Vintage Gamer squeezed in there at some point. I'm really looking forward to it. You guys are spoilt down there compared to what we are in the south, in London, in Essex. We've got some good
nothing.
shops, but not as many, unfortunately. Right, we have had James's question. We've had Mick's. Holly, have we had yours yet?
And we've had
Wakey, wakey, holes.
Yeah.
It's a school night. Look,
Oh,
struggling.
you froze. You
It's
froze.
you, yeah, you
Freeze there,
froze.
Tony.
Who froze?
You
You
did.
You,
froze.
it's always
No,
you.
I was sitting dead still. That's all.
You need to
Yeah.
take the cartridge out and blow in it and put it back in.
Dusty cartridge.
Mm.
So we're on my
Um,
question. Okay.
got your question?
Yeah. Mine is are remakes killing creativity? Thoughts and opinions, please, everyone. Not all at once.
I will go first on this one. It's exactly the same concept as Hollywood in terms of remaking films. They've just
Yeah.
followed the prototype of Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's like, what do we do? How do we get more money to keep financing this, that, and the other? Let's try a tried and tested formula, and let's just remaster this game. I'm not against the idea. It's definitely stifling creativity because people are just doing the same thing over and over again, the same teams. As long as you've got some originality out there, like the indie game scene, which is great. That's keeping the originality kind of train afloat, if I say so. But the problem is, for me, is that when you're getting remasters of games that are less than 10 years old, The Last of Us is an absolute.
Yeah, so bad.
I've never seen anything like it in terms of milking. As great as it is for a game, I've never seen anything milked like that. PS3 original.
It's
PS4
literally a
remaster.
remake of a remake. Yeah.
Yeah, and when the PS6 comes out, there'll be another remake of it.
Yeah, of course it will.
Because people will buy it. People consume it.
I will say it's mostly because they're playing it safe because they know that people will buy it.
Yeah.
People are going to buy it all day. They're going to buy it.
And the volatile nature of the industry says that they're going to.
Buy it.
We're part of the problem. All of us to a degree on this podcast here. There's Roy, I know he loves The Last of Us and will have every single one of those games. So in that aspect, Roy's contributed to that problem. I've contributed to. Well, you're a crap Last of Us fan, then shaking your head.
I've got the PS4 version and then number 2. I've just got one of each.
Terrible. No, what sort of fan are you, eh? You're the reason
really
that
good.
companies are going bankrupt, mate.
I know. Naughty Dog, man. They need my money. They're surviving because of that because of that £1.50 a month.
I'm waiting for James to chime in. No, I knew James was getting there.
That was just for James. Oh.
But it's quite the nature of the industry these days. Look how many game studios shut down. And go back to the 360 era, the PlayStation 3 era. Look how many odd games there were released on those systems. You're not going to get those games these days, not physically anyway. People just don't want to take the risk. That's why a lot of stuff just comes out digitally. You've really got to hunt down stuff, and even less so on the Xbox. How many games are there that come out physically on the Xbox Series X? It's terrible. No one seems to be willing to take that risk. What's that, James?
Apparently it's dead.
The dead box.
Yeah, I call it the dead box. No one calls it that.
I'll get some hate for that. No, do you know what? I've said lots of negative things about Xbox. I'm not a hater. I love it, but it's just the direction. I will mock it and give my thoughts. But yeah, it's a valid point what Holly's saying. It does stifle creativity. I mean, how many games are so similar now? If you walk into any sort of game shop, and I'm not just referring to CX, and we don't have many high street game shops, do we? We have gaming's gone pretty much. We'll get to that. And then we've got Smith's, which is probably your biggest high street retailer for games now, alongside, say, Argos. You go in there and, you can't even look at shelves in Argos. You've got to scan the catalogue. But you go in Smith's and it's just like so many games of a similar nature. And ones that take risks. I'll give an example. Shadow Labyrinth that came out from Namco. Really good game. It's flopped massively. And it's available even now on the PlayStation 5 and the Switch, which notoriously is always more expensive, for £10. Buy it. I will tell you, buy that game. It's really good. It's a great take on a Metroidvania using Pac-Man as your sort of co-pilot. But they took a risk, and it's really not paid off for them. So you can kind of understand why companies just say, "Do you know what? Let's just make The Last of Us Part 7 limited edition Ellie's jeans version with, I don't know, some sort of check shirt sleeve or something that comes from Joel." Don't know. It's just, game companies feel like they don't really have much choice in a lot of ways. It's the higher ups that make them decisions, not the developers, isn't it?
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's
anyone?
the audience as well, isn't it? It's like you get a lot of these
Yeah.
teenagers that want to be back in the 90s. So let's give them games that were in the 90s because they missed it the first time round, like with like the Resident Evil 2 remake. And then because that took off and popped off, they just, let's do the third one. There'll probably be a remake of bloody Resident Evil 5 next, right?
But do you think
Like,
that
doesn't need
Resident
a
Evil
remake.
2 remake was aimed at teenagers? I don't. That was
I think
aimed
a bit
at
of both.
people that they hoped to capture that market, but it was aimed at people that enjoyed the original and say, here you go, you've been asking for this for years. There was so many online campaigns to remake that because it was, in a lot of people's eyes, the best Resi experience. They went ahead and done it, saw the success, and of course you got everything.
I think Resident Evil is a bit of an outlier, though, isn't it? Because in a sense, those remakes brought the creativity back. Resi was on its arse after 5 and 6.
It really was.
Bring the
It's a
remake
fair
back,
point.
and then all of a sudden,
7 came
Resi's
out
popped
first,
up
though,
again,
didn't it? I think they felt confident enough to do the Resident Evil 2 remake once they had the Resident Evil 7 success because it used the Resident Evil engine.
Yeah,
which
I think
is a brilliant
They
engine.
did one again, didn't they? Didn't they
One
do
was
one
done.
again?
One was done, but it's come out.
And then
mostly,
I think they did
it
that
came
with
out on the Resident Evil
Origins,
Chronicles. Yeah, the Chronicles or Origins or whatever it is.
Yeah, well, it's like a HD
come out on a collection, didn't it?
Yeah,
good. It's actually the best way to play the game.
We've seen it with Silent Hill as well a little bit. Silent Hill 2, and then they follow that up with Silent Hill F.
Yeah.
So I suppose doing
Silent
it that
Hill,
way,
you weren't going to get any sort of Silent Hill games until the success of that remake, was you? And now we've got, like you say, Silent Hill F, and there's another one, isn't there? Forthcoming.
Yeah.
The franchise was in the wilderness for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, it's a sad thought because how many really creative IPs have been crushed because companies have just said, no, put that on the back burner. We need instant cash. We know that's going to sell. Yeah. And it just gets lost forever.
Do you know, a really good example, Mick, is Sega about 2 years ago announced that they was reviving a ton of their old franchises and showed screen footage of all the games. And to my knowledge, when that trailer came out, I think the only game that's actually seen the light of day has been Shinobi. They showed footage of a new Golden Axe remake, 3D Streets of Rage, a new Crazy Taxi as well. No update on them games. Have Sega abandoned them because they just don't see the value all of a sudden? Is it bad timing? Do they need to have another financial juggernaut on their hands before they actually say, right, we've got enough money in the bank now, let's go ahead and bankroll these projects? It's quite a sad state of affairs for
very good point.
People that want a bit of variety in their collection, most definitely.
I think there's other factors to it as well. I really do. I think most of it is like, how long does it take to build a game from start to finish? Probably about 5 years.
I guess, you know what, that's like asking how long's a bit of string, isn't it, James? Depends on the size of the team, the budget, everything.
For a AAA game, about 4 to 5 years to produce a game.
Yeah.
How long does life cycle of a console last at the moment? 7 years?
8 years.
So if you're not at the start where the confidence is in the, like Switch 2 at the moment, if you don't have the confidence to release the game straight away, start manufacturing straight away, and you wait then you're going to be pushing. It's a bit like Grand Theft Auto 6, pushing at the back of the PS5 now. It's going almost into PS6 range.
That will be on PS7.
A lot of companies.
That's going to carry on for years, that game, when it eventually comes out.
That's the problem, though. They don't know where to release it. So, like, if you get to year 5 and then the console's coming to an end, do you just wait for the next level? You know,
It's
because you
just,
only
yeah,
got a year or two, so you got some crap like like in Breaking Bad. Do you know what's his name now? Who produced it? Vince Russo was it? He did an
not the
interview.
one
Someone asked him
notorious with
about
WCW.
yeah. Someone asked yeah yeah Vince
Not that
something,
guy.
and someone asked him. I said, "Is the franchise going to carry on after Breaking Bad?" And he goes, "No, that's the story. I'm going to finish it there. I've got nothing else. That's it. I'm done." It's a bit like
Yeah,
Valve and like Half-Life 2. How great is that game?
yeah,
It's never had a remaster. Doesn't need
no,
one. Just the story's
it doesn't
done.
need one.
No, no.
It doesn't.
But then you
And you
got
know what? If they decided today, James, to do one, would it be as popular with the
no,
with today's
no,
audience? Probably
no,
not.
no. But that's why
No.
they don't move in the legacy. Like Call of Duty, they've had one remaster, haven't they?
Yeah,
Modern
and
Warfare
that
2.
was Modern
Yeah,
Warfare 2.
and they've bundled that in with their worst game ever. What
A
was
lot of
it now?
people do.
Infinite. Is
Infinite
it Infinite
Warfare.
War?
Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, Infinite Warfare. That's it. How crap was it? But no one played Infinite Warfare. You just played the remaster. It's
Hmm.
just like with remasters. I don't like remasters. I'll be honest. Like, I think Resident Evil 2 is different. Like what Mick brought up because the controls are so much better. They're not so tanked, are they? Back in
Yeah,
the
tank
PS one.
controls haven't aged well, have they? No.
No, so I prefer the Resident Evil 2. If I was going to play Resident Evil 2, I'd play the newer version of it now. So
All
I'm
right.
spoiled.
We've got about 10 minutes left, guys, of the podcast. We've got two questions left. So, Roy, let's get on to your one quickly before we finish on my one. Roy?
Very quickly, has anyone played a game, thought the game was utterly dog shit garbage, but carried on playing it anyway? And what's your reasons for doing so? I showed at the start, I finished Air Twister yesterday. I'm not a big fan of it. But on my first playthrough, I got to like level 9, and I was like, I never want to play this again. And then I quickly Googled how many levels there were, and it told me there was 12, and I was like, fuck it, let's quickly finish it to add it to games completed this year, try and get the achievements or the medals or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And I persisted with it, and I sunk another like 2 evenings of my life into it. And now it's done. I never want to play it again.
And now you just feel so fulfilled with yourself, you know?
Yes, yeah, because I stuck. The last boss was a dickhead, man, but I beat him, prick.
Never got that far, thank God. I've got a recent game that I can attribute to this question, and James, you own this game as well on my recommendation, and I know you love me for it. And that is Terrifier, the arcade game.
I forgot I had
That
that.
is got to be one of the worst beat 'em ups I've played in recent years. I played through it because I enjoy the franchise and also because I paid money for it and I was like, I'm going to see the end. But it's a horrible experience I will never go through again. And I was going to sell it the following day to CEX, but they only take the PS5 version and not the Switch version. So I can't even do that. So there's my answer. I don't like to do it too often, but if it's a franchise or something that I might be getting something out of, then I might play ahead with it. For example, not only that, Evil Dead, Hail to the King. Bit of a janky game, that one, but I love the franchise. I played through it and I finished the game. More so
Mm.
because I like the quips from Bruce Campbell. So it's got to be something that resonates with me about the franchise, about the concept for me to keep going. If there's nothing there like that, then it's coming straight out and it's going back on the shelf.
Yeah,
Next, we haven't frozen.
everyone's thinking.
Who's got an answer?
I,
Come
I
on, come
play
on.
I play bad games just because I know they are bad. Like I've been out and bought games that have got terrible reputations because I feel like I need to see that for myself. It's the same
Yeah,
with
yeah,
like
definitely.
films. That somebody will tell you they're bad, but I might be like, you know what? I actually really like it.
Yeah.
So and then there's other times I've played bad games. They've been so bad, but I've spent maybe an hour or two playing it, and I just think, you know what? How dare you take 2 hours off me? I've got to complete it now.
It's a
There's nothing
PS3 game.
worse.
Go on.
When you're a collector who's got a load of games, there's nothing worse than spending that precious time playing something that's not
Oh,
that
it's
great.
awful, you know?
Yeah.
It's awful. You've got so much variety to choose from, and you can't really put too much time into it. I revisited Fear the other day. Now, I played that on the 360 back in the day. I loved it. I don't know if it's exclusive to the copy I'm playing now on the PS3, but the frame rate is terrible, and I don't know, it's really janky. It's not the game that I loved once, and I don't know. I was really wanted to finish it again. And I'm not going to persevere with it. It's not. I haven't got enough time in life for it.
That's exactly what I was going to say. If I come across one that, if I start playing a game and I think this is genuinely awful, I just think to myself, I've got that many other things that I could spend my time playing that I just take it out and forget it and move on.
It's really like you say, it's something that's got to resonate with you, and you've got to have a reason behind it. And I guess every game's got to have an individual reason for you pursuing the end goal. Mick labeled it there. He wants to see that level of crappiness himself, experience it real first time, firsthand. But yeah,
I think James has played bad games because he's dropped 4 figures on them, so he's got to play them.
James has got a whole video that I'm linking below again about pursuing bad games.
Thanks,
It's like the UK AVGN.
Yeah, with games with me, I don't really read reviews because I like to make my own assumptions on games, so I try not to read about them. But with me, if they don't grip me within half an hour, I don't carry on.
Yeah, it's got to be the first hour or so, isn't it?
Yeah, I know people always have a go at me for that, but if I'm not gripped, I've got nothing in I'm not involved in it. I don't care. And I tend
You know
to
what? That's on the game developers. That's on them. If they're going to be making a game, they need to start it well to keep you invested. So it's not bad for you to have, James. That's on the game developers. If they're saving the best part of the game till like 8 hours in or 10 hours in, you're never going to see that. You know, video games are the only media you'll ever purchase. You don't have access to all the content. You get everything on a DVD.
Yeah, where you can't skip the
cinematics,
the tutorials, and they're like absolutely retarded tutorials, and you can't skip them. Turn it off.
They've got to justify the reason for not having an instruction manual in this day and age, James. It's there. Yeah. You can't say they didn't give you a manual.
No, Holly's not happy about it, is she? But that's
We've got a couple of minutes left, so we're just going to go through this one quickly. We've got about 3 minutes. My topic, game. In a minute and under, I want each of you to let me know what you think the reason the demise of game is. James, start with you.
It's turned into Smiths, and Smiths is better. Done.
That's under a minute. You want to elaborate on that anymore, or are you happy with what you've just said there?
They died when they stopped taking it in second-hand games and stopped the reward cards.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah,
that was the beginning of the Ashley era, wasn't it?
Well, that was manufactured. Game was manufactured to crumble, just to get out of contracts and put down the stores.
Yeah. Mick? Sorry, James. Go on. Do you want to finish?
No, it was just game's crap.
Fair enough.
They manufactured their own demise just to get out of their contracts to make smaller stores and sell online, because that's the future.
What's your view in under a minute? The demise of game.
Was that me? Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, I just think it's just not needed anymore, is it? A high street retailer that sells mainly new releases. I think most sort of gamers only are quite happy to buy digital nowadays. Collectors can get their new games from Amazon delivered to the door, no hassle. Gone are the days of the midnight releases, staying out, for those.
Unfortunately, good times.
And game's been, everyone's got memories of game, and unfortunately, it's not what it was, and it's just not needed in today's day and age, is it?
No, they just haven't adapted, have they? I'll give mine. I just don't think they've adapted to the market well. They brought their competition in terms of Game Station, which was a much better experience. And it was a much more sterile corporate experience going into game than it ever was in a Game Station. For anyone that remembers Game Station, it had that sort of like stale carpet smell in there. That's what you want from your video game. The person behind the counter, they knew what they were talking about. You don't get that with game. You get people that are there just to earn, the minimum wage that Mike Ashley is currently offering. And they're there to sell trainers these days, not a video game. Holly?
I was going to say the same about the as soon as they got rid of like pre-owned and rewards cards, that was it then. Nobody
Yeah.
really found anything beneficial from going there because you can order from places like Mixed, Amazon, or even the Game Collective where you do actually get reward points to get some money off your next game.
I think
So
what we do, on the next podcast, might do a half-hour topic on this. There's definitely a lot we can expand
Yeah,
on.
absolutely. Yeah.
Roy, 30 seconds, mate, because we are about to
They,
drop off.
I have loads of mates who used to work there. They sacked all the people who actually know stuff about games. So now you're forced to buy your games from someone who sells shoes. And you don't feel part of a club like you did with Game Station. When you went in there,
So
you had
you
a
can
rapport with
walk
people.
away with a PlayStation 4 game and a pair of Lonsdale. What a day.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, guys, that was episode 6. Thank you for everyone for watching. I'll chuck some video links down below for James's video, Mixed channel. As always, comment. Let us know what you think on our answers, our topics, and yeah, James's hat as well. Mick, thank you for guesting. We'll have you on again at some point. It's been a pleasure. And we'll see you all again soon. Take care for now.
Bye, everyone.
bye.
Bye-bye-bye.